Here are the most recent deaths in the national news, plus people's reactions to those deaths, as seen at Legacy.com in the first week of April 2022. Singer and actor Bobby Rydell died April 5, 2022, at a hospital in Abingdon, Pennsylvania. He died of complications of pneumonia at the age of 79. He was one of the first teen idols of the 1960s, known for hit songs including Wild One and Volare. Rydell is also being remembered for his starring role in the 1963 movie Bye Bye Birdie. Actress Estelle Harris died April 2, 2022, at her home in Palm Desert, California, at the age of 93. She was well known for her role on Seinfeld, playing George Costanza's screechy, overbearing mother. Harris is also being remembered for voice roles, including Mrs. Potato Head in the Toy Story series and Mama Lipsky on Kim Possible. Baseball player Shirley Burkovich died March 31, 2022, at her home in Rancho Mirage, California, at the age of 89. She played for the Rockford Peaches and other teams in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League in the 1940s and 50s. Burkovich is being remembered as an advocate for women and girls in sports and for her role in the 1992 movie A League of Their Own. Makeup artist A.J. Crimson died March 30, 2022. He worked with celebrity clients including Missy Elliott and Regina King. Crimson is being remembered for his makeup line, A.J. Crimson Beauty, which focuses on inclusivity for skin tones from light to dark. Singer C.W. McCall died April 1, 2022, in Colorado. He died of cancer at the age of 93. He was best known for Convoy, a #1 hit song in 1976 at the peak of the CB radio craze. Born Bill Fries, he is also being remembered for his work in advertising, which led to the creation of his C.W. McCall alter ego. He was also the mayor of Ouray, Colorado for 6 years. General Charles G. Boyd died March 23, 2022, in Haymarket, Virginia. He died of complications of lung cancer at the age of 83. He was a U.S. Air Force veteran of the Vietnam War. After his plane was shot down, he was a prisoner of war for 7 years. Following his release, he continued his Air Force career and later became the only former Vietnam POW to be named a 4-star general. Boyd is also being remembered as a Homeland Security expert who warned of a terrorist attack on U.S. soil in the months before the 9/11 attacks. Actress Barrie Youngfellow died March 28, 2022, at the age of 75. She was best known for her role on the 80s TV sitcom It's a Living, playing sarcastic waitress Jan. Youngfellow is also being remembered for appearances on TV shows including Three's Company, WKRP in Cincinnati, and Law & Order. Baseball player Tommy Davis died April 3, 2022, in Phoenix at the age of 83. He was an outfielder and third baseman for the Los Angeles Dodgers, a 3-time All-Star who helped his team to victory in the 1963 World Series. Davis is also being remembered for his years with teams including the Baltimore Orioles and Houston Astros. Musician Joe Messina died April 4, 2022, at his son's home in Northville, Michigan. He died of natural causes at the age of 93. He was a guitarist with the Funk Brothers, the session musicians who backed up the stars of Motown Records. Messina is being remembered for playing on enduring hits by The Temptations, Stevie Wonder, The Four Tops, and many more. Author Patricia MacLachlan died March 31, 2022, at her home in Williamsburg, Massachusetts, at the age of 84. She was a prolific author of children's books, including the award-winning classic Sarah Plain and Tall. MacLachlan is being remembered for more than 60 books for young readers, including Skylark and Baby. Actor Nehemiah Persoff died April 5, 2022, in San Luis Obispo, California. He died of heart failure at the age of 102. He was known for his roles in many movies, including Yentl and Some Like It Hot. He is also being remembered for iconic TV roles, including on The Twilight Zone and The Untouchables. Persoff was a U.S. Army veteran of World War II. Actress Rae Allen died April 6, 2022, of natural causes at the age of 95. Her long acting career began with a memorable role in Damn Yankees on Broadway and on the silver screen. Allen is also being remembered for roles on TV shows including The Sopranos, Seinfeld, and Soap. On April 3, 2022, 6 people were killed in a shooting in downtown Sacramento, California. Their names are Jontaya Alexander, Melinda Davis, Sergio Harris, Joshua Hoy Lucchesi, Yamile Martinez Andrade, Devasier Turner. Every week in the United States, flags are lowered to half-staff to honor the lives of Americans whose communities are mourning their loss. Here are the most recent half-staff memorial flag honors. Flags in Washington have been lowered to honor the memory of Everett Police Officer Dan Rocha, who died in the line of duty. Flags in Indiana have been lowered to honor the memory of U.S. Marine Corps Captain Matthew Tomkevich. Flags in Kentucky have been lowered to honor the memory of U.S. Marine Corps Corporal Jacob M. Moore. Flags in Kentucky have also been lowered to honor the memory of U.S. Navy Fireman Second Class Hal J. Allison. He was killed in the 1941 attack on Pearl Harbor, and his remains were recently identified and returned home for burial. Flags in Massachusetts have been lowered to honor the memory of U.S. Marine Corps Captain Ross A. Reynolds. Flags in Massachusetts have also been lowered to honor the memory of U.S. Army Air Force's Staff Sergeant Charles McMacken. He was killed in Romania during World War II, and his remains were recently identified and returned home for burial. Flags in Ohio have been lowered to honor the memory of U.S. Marine Corps Gunnery Sergeant James W. Speedy. Flags in Virginia have been lowered to honor the memory of Henrico Police Officer Trey Marshall Sutton, who was killed in the line of duty. This week also marks several notable anniversaries. 5 years ago this week, comedian and actor Don Rickles died of kidney failure at the age of 90. 20 years ago this week, singer Lane Staley of Alice in Chains died of an accidental overdose at the age of 34. 30 years ago this week, author Isaac Asimov died of heart and kidney failure at the age of 72. Actor Anthony Perkins was born 90 years ago this week. He died in 1992 of AIDS-related pneumonia at the age of 60. Actress Gail Storm was born 100 years ago this week. She died in 2009 of natural causes at the age of 87. You can read more about the lives of the people featured in this video on Legacy.com. You can also follow Legacy.com on Facebook and subscribe to our channel on YouTube to stay up to date on national news deaths and reactions.